hay oi te khea wa we chozoke oya te ata po we te mawani elo hay oya te ata po we te mawani elo hay oi oya te ata po we te mawani elo hay oya te ata po we te mawani elo hay oya te ata po we te mawani elo hay oi te khea wa we chozoke oya te ata po we te mawani elo hay oya te ata po we te mawani elo hay oi way ha ya hey ha ya way ha ya ho hey yo hey chakuluta gramawani eloy tokashiloy pila maya yelo hey chanu pakile yo hay chewa ke yelo tonka shiloy pela maya yelo hay chakuluta gramawani eloy tokashiloy pila maya yelo hay chanu pakile yo hay chewa ke yelo tokashiloy pila maya yelo hay chakuluta gramawani eloy tokashiloy pila maya yelo hay chanu pakile yo hay chewa ke yelo tokashiloy pila maya yelo hay chakuluta gramawani eloy tokashiloy pila maya yelo hay chanu pakile yo hay chewa ke yelo tokashiloy pila maya yelo hay oi chano pake le you oh yeah wa yeah lo hey oi hey ha ya hey ha hey ha ya hey ha ya hey ha ya hey ya hey oi hey ha ya hey hey ha ya hey oh yo hey oi hey wa ka thai kai o she malay le ma ka ki jelo hey oi chano pa ke le you hai ho ye wa ye lo hey oi hey ha ya hey ha ya hey ha ya hey ha hey ha ya hey ya hey oi hey ha ya hey hey ha ya hey oh yo hey oi hey wa ka thai kai u she malay le ma ka ki jelo hey oi chano pa ke le you hai ho ye wa ye lo hey oi hai Wanik
I'll try that again. Good evening, everyone. And thank you so much for being here at our celebration of the winter solstice. You know, we are a community of light, and our theme for our solstice is being the circle of light. So as you came in the room, you received a card here, and it has, from today all the way to the 22nd, it has the 12 Lakota virtues, which are really, really beautiful. They're really aligned with our science of mind teaching. And so you can follow this as you move towards coming back into this beautiful circle here, this auditorium, this dome, for the candle lighting services. So I welcome you to that also. So tonight we have with us our beloved Nawang Khechog is back with us, which is a gift. Yes. And our dear beloved friend Doug Goodfeather is with us tonight. And I just wanted to say a couple things about the solstice. In Latin, the word solstice means to stand still. And all the countries of the world, whether it's the southern hemisphere where they're celebrating the summertime coming, but we in the northern hemisphere, we are moving on the 21st of December for the longest night. It's dark. And I remember reading about the solstice, and they said that a lot of times people who lived in the prairies or the mountain regions where they didn't have homes, but they knew that that special energy of that cycle was coming. And so they would create a feast, and people would come, and out of a tall tree, an incredible being would come down, the shaman, the minister of the clan, of the people. And he would come down and he'd bring gifts to the children. Kind of reminds you of someone, doesn't it? So it's been celebrated around the world in so many different ways. But I want to begin tonight. We're going to lower the lights. And I want you to sense these sacred elements that I have brought. And after I speak about them, Nawang is going to bring in the light into this room. But right now, I brought for us the pine bough, just representing life itself, the trees, the plants, giving thanks for the tallness of the trees. And I also have brought breath. Air is a sacred element. So be with your breath right now. Take a deep breath. Sacred element. And also the sacred element of water. Water, the first medicine on this planet. Water is sacred. Water is sacred. We must teach our children water is sacred. And then as we move to the direction of the great north, form, the stone, that which has come into form that we honor. So we honor who we are as spiritual beings. We honor this house of plenty. And so allow yourselves to be with a sacred ceremony here tonight.
Hoya te ha ta po e ta te mawani e lo hai. Hoya te ha ta po e ta te mawani e lo hai. Hoya te ha ta po e ta te mawani e lo hai. Te khiawa we choza ke aya te ha ta po we ta te mawani elu hai aya te ha ta po we ta te mawani elu hai aya te ha ta po we ta te mawani hey, oh ya te ha ta po we ta te mawani elu hey, oh ya te ha ta po we ta te mawani elu hey, oh te khiawa we choza ke oya te ha ta po e ta te mawani elu hai oya te ha ta po e ta te mawani elu hai oi takyasi.
Voices in the wind will take you home again. The journey on has just begun, my friend. The magic in your eyes was more than I surmised, and I surrender time and time again to the will of the wind, the will of the wind child, the wind in the wind chimes will take you home again, the will of the wind, the will of the wind child, the wind in the wind chimes will take you home again, the will of the wind.
Thank you. Well, the last part of the kind of whistle, many years ago when President Clinton was president, and I played a flute at the right wing or left wing or something, one side. And Vice President Al Gore came there, and at the end he said to the audience, maybe that was the Holy Ghost sound. So I thought I will share this to you. It was quite funny one. With that funny note, I supposed to say a few words on my book, Awakening Kindness. And I thought maybe, first I want to say hello, beautiful people of my life. Hello. So happy to be back here, alive. I want to share to you tonight, as in relation to my book, Awakening Kindness, the Tibetan, heart of Tibetan, or maybe something like this. The spiritual treasure of Tibet, I must say, is universal love and universal compassion. That's the most important one. And many of you might have seen His Holiness Dalai Lama's public talk. Any of you came to Pepsi Center? Yeah? When he gave a talk there, actually I had the honor to open for him. So His Holiness Dalai Lama always talk about the value of universal love, universal compassion in the world. That's really deep, deep down in his heart. He shares about that in public talk. Maybe 1 or 2 hours goes on and on, like how it makes family happy, neighbors very happy, and even the, what do you call this, there is scientifically there is something called serotonin. The more kind you are, more joyful you are, the serotonin grows. And then there is another one, it is very important for human being. It grows that too. I don't remember the name today. So I skip that. Anyway, that is the really heart treasure of Tibet, is universal love, universal compassion. And that treasure brought into Tibet by someone called Atisha. Have you heard? Atisha, he was a great prince from India, Bengal. And he didn't want to become king. So he left the kingdom and he became monk. And actually a saint, great saint. And he had a 150 spiritual teacher in India. But that wasn't enough for him. So he went all the way to Sumatra Island. You know Sumatra Island in Indonesia. So he went there, met the living bodhisattva, someone who embodied the universal love, universal compassion quality. Not only like me, I can talk about that. But to have that quality embodied in your heart, living being, a living example like His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Like that, one living bodhisattva was in Sumatra Island. So he went to see this Lama to take teaching of universal love and compassion. So he he went 13 months in sailing for 13 months. And then he received all the teachings from him. And the Lama knew one day he will go to Tibet. So he even gave some teaching, specific teaching to him for the Tibetan. So then he came to Tibet, and then he shared all his knowledge about how to cultivate universal love, universal compassion. Lojong, we call it mind training, training your mind and heart for that. So then one of his principal students called, his principal student, again I forget. Well, I have a note. These days I need that. Usually I don't need Drom Tempa. Drom Tempa Keve June. So his principal student, this student cultivated again this universal love and compassion. And he even, Tibet, there was one time people with leprosy, right? Leprosy disease. And they were like abandoned people, right? Leprosy people. So he went to serve these leprosy people his rest of his life. Because his universal love and universal compassion was so overwhelming. So like that, he lived the rest of his life. So then this teaching becomes called Kadam Zeche. Kadam means this group of Lama. Zeche means leprosy. Dharma means spiritual practice. So it becomes so popular in that way. And then gradually Tibet has 4 big lineage of tradition. In Christianity you call it Catholicism and Protestants, right? Like that, lineage. Tibet has 4. So all 4 adopted this Lojong teaching, and it became all over Tibet, widespread, everybody practiced that. So it becomes such a beautiful practice, Lojong teaching, universal love and compassion. And like His Holiness Dalai Lama, it becomes so beautiful. So I want to say, in America you say super, right? Superman, superwoman, Super Bowl. Yeah, big thing, right? And like that. So I want to say super healing. I made it up. Actually, I was thinking I am now almost 70. So I'm an old man, you know. So I thought, maybe I will call myself super old man. That's a good one, right? One time I wrote my book, I said, age is mind over matter. If you don't mind it, it doesn't matter. And I wrote that in my book, and they said, I can't write this as my line. I must credit that to Mark Twain. Mark Twain? He already said that. But I came up with that in Australia when I was there. I used to say this in my concert, and people laughed like how you did. So, but then I have to credit him. Now this super old man, maybe it's my own thing, right? So anyway, thank you so much.
We love you, Nawang. Feel free to sing along if you want to. The things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light. Not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my race. My soul is inside. I am light. I love that line. I'm not the color of my skin. My race is on the inside. I am light. 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 I am light.
Don't you just love that Nawang? Yeah, he's good. And you know, it's such a privilege, speaking about the light. I've met several people on my pathway. I meet a lot of people, but several people that never leave my heart because of their light. And Nawang Khechog is one of them. And the other man that I'm about to introduce is the second one, Doug Goodfeather, incredible being, lives the light, lives his vision, and has what his vision gave him was the Lakota Healing Way Center. Healing with the Lakota principles as we heal with the religious science principles. And I just have to tell a little story about you, Doug, before you share. I think it was last year, He does work with trauma, with grief, addiction, PSD. And so he was doing a lot of work with the veterans and a veteran himself and receiving incredible results. So Washington, D.C. called and said, we're going to send someone out here to Denver to see what's going on. And they did. And they were quite impressed. And perhaps he can tell you how they heal, finding their spirit. Doug Goodfeather.
Good evening, everybody. It's good to see all of you here. Another year has passed again. Wow. You know, I've been coming here since 2008. I think I missed 1 year, but I've been coming here since then. You know, in my travels and my endeavors bringing me here to this spot, you know, it came from a vision that I went on, a dream that came. And that dream became a purpose, a goal. And in between that time and now, all the people that I have met, all the people that this way has helped, the people that it picked up, the things that we've been through, the tears, the blood, the sweat that was sacrificed, the commitment that stayed strong in this walk of life, bringing this Lakota Way Healing Center vision to the healing hoop, healing the hoop. You know, there was a man, his name was Khechog Sapa, Itacha Khechog Sapa, Black Elk, Chief Black Elk. He said, I stood on a hill and I saw a hoop. And within that hoop, I saw many hoops. And I saw that we are all a part of this hoop. And before he even knew about anything of the people overseas, he's seen this in a vision. And he reacted these visions. He reenacted them. Because he wanted to make them real, wanted to make them show the people how real these are, these visions, these rites of passages. And sometimes dreams come to us for a purpose, these visions. They bring us. They come from hardship sometimes, from suffering, from death, from poverty, from perseverance. But they come for a reason. And so this is where I went to seek this vision. I was instructed through a dream to go seek this vision. And so I went into the Black Hills, and there I sat for 4 days, and I seeked the vision. And I went through a suffering and a teaching, and I realized the things that came to me were warriors, teachers, had compassion on me, butterflies, birds, the wind, the rain. You know, when we go through a hardship, first thing we think is that it's hard and I don't like it. I don't want to go through this hard. But one of the things about the Lakota people is that they practice this hardship through a vision quest. Because they want the people to understand their sacrifice, their suffering, to know that it's for them. And know that these commitments that you make, people depend on them. Whether you know it or not, people will depend on them. And so you go through this suffering, and you fast sometimes without food and water. You know, and people don't understand this kind of fasting, this kind of rites of passage. But through that suffering, that's where these dreams come from. You see, in the intelligence, the spiritual intelligence that we have, that we come with, this innate knowledge that is downloaded in us before we come to this earth. We have this knowledge, and then when we need more knowledge, we go to the main source. Usually the times are these is your sacred place. Sometimes these sacred places are prominent, a mountain, a river. But some of the most sacred places are your table, where you eat food, by your mother and grandma, your bed where you dream, your safe haven, by your husband or your wife or your brother or sister. You know, these places are sacred because they give meaning to you. And here, in these places, this is where the entanglement happens from us to the spirit world. And this entanglement is so intelligent that it brings these messages to us to test us, to see what we're going to do with this. And so when the vision came, I didn't know what to do. How was I supposed to do this? I knew I had to heal because I was coming from war. I was coming from losing my family. I was coming from PTSD, depression. So I went to the vision quest, and here I found my answers. And I realized these teachings from that time to here, I evolved, I grew, and I understand more of this life of mine. And I understood that the things that we go through in life are teachers. Everything that we've been through are traumas. Some of the worst traumas you can ever imagine are teachers. You see, when we go into a state of depression or sadness, sometimes we get stuck in this place. And we try to find ways to get out a lot of times, or comfort ourselves. And a lot of times we get stuck in addictions. The trauma gets worse. We become homeless. Mental illness sets in. People start thinking we're crazy because we're talking to ourselves. We're trying to cope with something that we've been through. Nobody else is reaching out to us, so we start talking to ourselves. It becomes a mental illness while we think it is. And we look at these people and we point at them, and we don't want them around us. We move away from them. But we don't realize that every one of us in this world is a piece of each other's puzzle. So the things that I've learned in this walk of life is that when you go through the state of depression, there's somebody that will come. And in the Lakota philosophy and society, we call upon the buffalo people. The buffalo people are the ones that sacrificed and gave their lives to us. Still, we use their philosophy. And they say the buffalo never runs from the storm. It goes into the storm because it's built for that. So instead of us running from the storm, we must go into the storm. In order to heal, that's where you're going to find your wisdom. That's where you're going to understand your pain. That's where you're going to learn to love yourself. But in that storm, the buffalo people are in there with you, and they're going to guide you out. And so in this storm, you're going to learn who you are. You're going to learn these traumas that you've been through in your life. We're your teachers, because when you come out of that storm, there's going to be people waiting for you when you come out. And these are the people that you're going to help because you came through wisdom already. You earned it. And you stood up, and now it's your turn to give back. Reciprocate. And the healing continues. The blessings continue. And because we're not meant to be perfect, we're not. We're meant to be teachers. We're meant to learn. Life is not meant to be easy. It's meant to challenge you. It's meant to put you to the test because we need to evolve. You see, one of my theories is that throughout this whole history of life, there's different ethnicities that took control of the power of this earth. But nobody got it right. Not even today. So now we have to come together. Now we have to come together. Now the Lakota, they call it the hahaila. And it means the balance. We're going to start to come together and understand that we are a piece of each other's puzzle. and that we all have meaning to each other. And then between those dreams that you create become goals. And that goal becomes a mission. And you're going to meet so many people and help so many people until you get to that goal. You see, walking on this road of life, learning these things, the time when COVID came, a lot of my relatives went home to the spirit world. Prominent men and women that were in my life, teachers that made their journey home. I kept cutting my hair and cutting my hair. I could never grow it anymore because everybody was dying. And so in our Lakota, we cut our hair so we can mourn. But in a dream, the Spirit said, no more cutting your hair. It's time to live. It's time to stand up and take this, continue forward. Keep moving. This vision must keep moving. And you see, because of this vision, so many people, some of you, a lot of you have helped people. Because of your contributions, because of the jackets and the toys and the things that you donate to us, it goes to the people. And the reaction you get from giving a kid a toy is priceless. It's a thing, but it makes them happy and the imagination takes off. We create that safe haven for them. And then we become happy. We see our children happy. We're warm because of your contributions to this way of life. But it was because of the commitment. When I first stood here, I had nothing, just the dream. That's all I had was the vision when I first stood here. And Patty was the one that I told this story to, and she believed in me. She believed in the vision. And so Mile High took me under their wing and nurtured me, cared for us, brought us along. When we went down, they picked us up. You see, all it takes is one. That's it, just one. When you help one person, that person's going to have family and friends and so on and so forth. But the first thing we must understand is that we have to look at ourselves and understand the love for ourselves. Do you have courage to do that? Do you have courage to love yourself? Because the people deserve it. People deserve your love. Your children, your family, your dogs, your home, your friends, your work. But it has to come from you. So we must understand that together is better. And one of the things that I've learned as a veteran is that we never leave a warrior behind. You always pick your brothers and sisters up. And we have to understand the way we think and walk in this world, because there's virtues that we follow. Because all of you are indigenous to this earth. So we have responsibility. We must start thinking indigenous. We have to stop thinking like the man. Because we're following the man, and the man's taking us to war all the time, into poverty, into destruction of pollution, turning on each other. We got weapons pointing at ourselves. We're playing with diseases because we're following the man. We need to follow the birds and the trees and think indigenous. Because when things happen in our life that we're not perfect, we have to make them right. And how you make these things right is just being a good human being. That's it. And help people. Always reciprocate. And I guarantee you, the blessings will come back more. And that's how we come into the light together. because nobody wants to be in the dark. Because sometimes we get lost there. But I want to invite my daughter. She's going to come and dance with me out here. Her name is Chantet Izawi, in the Lakota way, strong heart woman. But her name is Javiev Jerome. She's going to dance with me tonight, and I want her to come and honor all of you in this good way. But I'm going to share a song with you and the understanding of the way our birds and the wind carry the universal language of music. Understand how intelligent you are. Depression may come up and we are taught to push it down. That's the intelligence of your mind and body and heart trying to push it out. But we're not taught that way. Learn how to feel your pain. Cry. You have tears for a reason. It takes a warrior to cry. Otherwise, we wouldn't have tears. Intelligence, spiritual. It's powerful. I want to thank you for being here tonight, for coming here and listening and watching and supporting. And you don't realize the people that I picked up, the places I go to pick them up, because of the support I get from people like you. A lot of people are sad because loved ones are made at home in these holidays. But it's a time of transformation. We must continue to move as people. We must continue to make a better place for this world because we have children coming. When the stars are falling, the babies are being born. They're coming to this earth. So wopila tanka chichapi. You know, one of my uncles, we traveled all over the world together. He made his journey home a couple months ago. His name was Tokea Inoji. It means first to rise. His English name was Kevin Locke. He went home to the spirit world. The other day I was practicing my flutes, and I could hear him playing his flute with me. So he still encourages me to continue to move forward, as well as my daughter. So we're here today to dance for you and to bless you with this dancing and take this love and this energy with you and give it to people, pass it to people. Remember yourself always. Always look to your heart to stay truthful. Hook.
Wow, that was wonderful, wonderful. And yeah, very powerful. And thank you all for being present. And right now, as Doug spoke about the generosity of this community, the ministers have chosen that the offering tonight goes to the Lakota Healing Way Center. And also up on the screens, you'll see where you could text to give, lakotaway.com. And so we just give thanks for the gift of light itself, the season of light, how beautiful it is. And that we move forth with that kindness in our hearts. We move forth knowing we're all indigenous to this earth and to each other. And I just give thanks for the blessings at hand. And thank you because each one of you are a gift, have been a gift, and no doubt we will continue to be a gift in the circle of light. So thank you.
I be afraid if I'm not alone. Life is never easy, the rest is unknown. And up till now it's me's been hands against stone. I spend each and every moment searching for what I believe, coming out of the dark. I finally see the light now, and it's shining on me. Coming out of the dark, I know the love that saved me. Won't you share it with me? Starting again is part of the plan, and I'll be so much stronger holding your hand. Step by step I'll make it through, I know I can. It may not make it easier, but I felt you near all the way. Coming out of the dark, I finally see the light now, and it's shining on me. Coming out of the dark, I know the love that saved me. Won't you share it with me? Coming out of the dark, I finally see the light now, and it's shining on me. Coming out of the dark, I know the love that saved me. Won't you share it with me?
Oh, thank you, Thom. And I would love it if our participants could come back on the platform. Here they come, yeah. So we can say thank you to them one more time. And I want to let you know that Nawang has an incredible book on kindness and a CD. It's got a table in the lobby. I'm just starting my Christmas shopping, so I'll be out there shopping. And also Doug has his incredible array of wonderful goods, and also his book, Think Indigenous, which is the world has embraced. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and thank you for being so beautiful tonight. So beautiful. I know your dad was so proud.
I'd like to say something. I'd like to also, in our Lakota way, in our way of giving, when we want to reciprocate, sometimes we give away some of our most precious gifts because they come back in a way that just fulfill your life. And so I want to give a small appreciation to my friend, my sister Patty, and say thank you to her for all the work she has done and all the people she has helped, because it's not easy to do what she does. And this blanket represents the Star Nation. Hold that, sir. you. We love you, Patty. Thank you.
Well, you can tell I don't even know if my microphone's on, where it's at. It's in here somewhere. So we have a song, You're All Standing, which is good. Whew, you got me a good one there.
I want to be with that.
Oh, thank you, Nawang. And we're going to sing a song together, and I'm going to let these guys go to the lobby so they can be at their tables. Okay? We ready, Thom?
You bet.
Okay.
Okay,
Sing
I
it.
am alive. I am alive. I am alive. I am alive in this world. I am alive. I am alive. I am alive in this world. And I shine. And I shine. And I shine so bright, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright.
Really loud.
You are alive, you are alive, you are alive in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world, and you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright, and you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. One more time. We are alive. We are alive. We are alive in this world.
I can see you.
We are alive. We are alive. We are alive in this world. And we shine. And we shine. And we shine so bright, and we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright.
Have a beautiful, beautiful holiday.
Pila Maya Yellow Hai Chanu Pakile Yo Hai Chewa Ke Yellow Tonka Shila Tonka Shila Pela Maya Yellow Hai Chakulu Dog Namawani Yellow Tonka Shila Pila Maya Yellow Hai Chanu Pakile Yo Hai Chewa Ke Yellow Tonka Shila Tonka Shila Pila Maya Yellow Hai Chakulu Dog Namawani Yellow Tonka Shila Pila Maya Yellow Hai Chanu Pakile Yo Hai Chewa Ke Yellow Tonka Shila Tonka Shila Pila Maya Yellow Hai Chakulu Dog